So this is a forest preserve that's located in South Elgin, Illinois. It's called Jon Duerr Forest Preserve. I'm currently here at the Jon Duerr Forest Preserve. I think I'm pronouncing that, sorry. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's D-U-E-R-R. So I'm just calling it the Jon Duerr Forest Preserve. But we're just taking a look around here. Obviously there's a lot of forest. Up here we got some sort of memorial. On this hallowed ground is the resting place of two soldiers of General Winfield Scott's army who died during the Black Hawk War of 1832. So I guess that happened here. We got this rock that's not the easiest to read. It says in memory of two unknown soldiers of General Scott's army, so it's talking about the same two people, which camped here during the Black Hawk War, July 1832. I believe that's what it says. So it looks like it goes down there for quite a bit. So since this camera has no front-facing screen, I'm just assuming that this is a solid, decent enough shot. Should be. Got it at the widest focal length I can have this lens at. So I have a lot of memory, quite a few memories I made at Jon Duerr Forest Preserve over the last year and a half. I've been on many walks here, alone with friends and family, and many of which were very fun. One of which happened in September when a few friends and I came to Jon Duerr here for a walk. Ended up being one of the longer walks, at least compared to what we usually do. We don't usually do walks that cover quite the same distance that we covered that day in September. But we started out here in Jon Duerr Forest Preserve and eventually left the Forest Preserve as we continued down a path which I will show you up here. Another fun walk was in October of last year. So 1 month later, the same friends plus a few additional friends who weren't there on the previous walk, we came here again to Jon Duerr, started here, and then crossed the river that way into Tech with the Woods, which we will talk about another day. We did most of our walking in Tech with the Woods, but we started out here in Jon Duerr. Jon Duerr Forest Preserve was also one place we crossed by. We crossed through here on the way at the beginning of April. One of my friends and I, we did a 17-mile walk from my house to the university I used to go to. It was part of like a meme fulfilling a inside joke. Jon Duerr falls on the route that we took. So instead of just continuing to follow the road, we decided to go off route a little bit and just walk through Jon Duerr Forest Preserve as we continued our journey. So we got these train tracks that in Jon Duerr Forest Preserve that used to be part of like a train route, I think. There's like a train station down that way, which we'll show you in a bit. Here it is, the end of the train tracks with the platform I mentioned. Not exactly a train station, but a platform. So yeah, it looks like this platform was used by the Fox River Trolley Museum, which I mentioned earlier, that's down the tracks. So yeah, it looks like this was either like a stop or a place to get to it. I don't know. It's linked to the Fox River Trolley Museum that's down these tracks this way. And I believe they used to run the trolleys down these tracks as part of like the museum showing. But I don't think they do that anymore. So now these train tracks are just kind of like abandoned, and they're just fun to walk down. During the walk in September, we walked these train tracks for a distance until it became private property, and then we just jumped on the path. So as you continue down this path, you eventually end up leaving Jon Duerr Forest Preserve. This path goes on for quite a while, and as my friends and I in September, as we continued down this path, we went pretty far, actually. Like I said, it was one of the longer walks that we've done, at least compared to what we typically do. And we went all the way down to like a gas station because we were thirsty and all that, but you know, we're here to talk about Jon Duerr. Yeah, it's a nice walk. There's a boat launch here in case you're into launching boats, and a squirrel. So there's one bridge over there, and it connects to that bridge over there, and they lead to Tekakwitha Woods, which are across the river from Jon Duerr Forest Preserve. We'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, just two forests, basically adjacent to each other, just separated by a river and a town border. But yeah.